But I wasn't off to the best start so far. Part of me just wanted to give up and go home already. But I wasn't about to let a crappy 17-hour flight get me down. And anyway, I had a train to catch. Shinkansens are one of the many wonders of the world. Super high-speed bullet trains that can transport millions of passengers each day. They can reach up to a whopping 320 kilometers per hour. And today, I'd be fortunate enough to experience one myself as I prepared to travel all the way from Tokyo to Aomori in Japan. At least, I would have been if I hadn't missed it. I'm completely screwed, so now I'm gonna have to cycle there. I'm kidding. What do you take me for? I'm not Chris Broad. But I was in a bit of a pickle, and it suddenly dawned on me that nobody ever talks about this, ever. Maybe that's because they're not stupid enough to get lost and not be able to find the right platform. But let's look on the bright side. I learned 4 very valuable lessons this day. 1. Don't trust Google Maps. It lies. 2. Don't rely on stupid people for directions. This includes me. 3. Japanese is hard. 4. Never ever get ill in Japan. Seriously, I could barely stand up straight. Never mind find the right train. After realizing too late that Google Maps would be zero help on this trip, I started asking where we needed to go in basic Japanese because we were collecting tickets like Pokemon cards at this point, and I just wanted it to stop.
I'm sick of you, I wanna go home. I'm so mad, I'm depressed.
Eventually we worked out where to go, but you're probably wondering, what's the big deal, Tyne? So you missed a train. Life goes on. No, it doesn't, because A, we were told our reserved seat tickets were non-refundable. Therefore, we lost about £100. And B, couldn't we just get the next Shinkansen and not have to pay? Well, you're right, that is one option. But that would mean standing on the train for about 3 hours straight, because then it'd have to be non-reserved seats. And I felt terrible as it was, so we thought, let's buy even more tickets. But by some miracle, when we bought the tickets the second time around, they were significantly cheaper. I think the ticket machine just took pity on us, to be honest with you. It could see we were trying. And what's funny is, it should have cost us about £95 each. But what we actually paid was close to £300. Yikes. I did eventually make it onto the right train, but at what cost? I felt drained from the experience. But luckily for me, there was something that Japan stations offer that just might make up for the hell I'd been through on this trip so far, and that was Ekiban. There's something magical about enjoying Ekiben on trains in Japan. I've heard people online complain about the quality of food, but I think that is highly dependent on how high your expectations are. I'm personally used to hot chocolates and sandwiches on train rides, so this to me is mesmerizing. How the food looks so fresh and perfectly presented, I will never know. And these right here are like tiny little Dragon Balls bursting with flavor. Try them! Every single component in our bentos was delicious, and I feel like I could never get bored of this experience. The beef was surprisingly tender and juicy, and even the rice was cooked perfectly, but these don't outshine the vegetables. So, I've heard before the Meiji Restoration in 1868, Japan didn't consume a lot of meat, and now I know why they do vegetables significantly better than us. They've been doing it for centuries. Each time I try a new bento, I'm transported back to being a little kid again, excitedly tucking into presents on Christmas Day with a renewed inquisitiveness. Bentos are the greatest gift you will ever receive in life. I know what I'm wishing for next year. I was starting to truly relax for the first time on this trip. It's kind of funny. Sometimes the smallest things in life that you could easily take for granted become the most enjoyable and most memorable things of all. And with this small revelation, I vowed never to take anything for granted on this journey, no matter how bad I might feel. And sure enough, I started to see things. And I mean really see things, with new eyes. Everything was exciting and bright and alien, and I cherished it all, in all its unique Aomori-ness. It had such character that I couldn't wait to explore every part of it. Everywhere I turned I found apples, which Aomori is famous for, and bikes apparently. So many bikes. It looks like they're aiming for world domination. Shh, they're plotting as we speak. I was just about to explore the area and see what else Aomori has to offer when something weird caught my eye. What are my kids doing here? You should be at home. Are you telling me I spent 17 agonizing hours on a flight to get here and you got in before me? How? My kids have magical powers. I always knew they did. I just couldn't prove it. But now I can. Okay, so maybe I'm crazy now, but it feels like my cats have just followed me here to cheer me on. Don't be sad. Don't give up. There's happiness ahead. Meow, meow. Where's my food? Meow. All right. shut up, get out of here. Shoo! I came all the way to Japan to get away from my responsibilities. Can you believe this? Sheesh! So, as we're familiarizing ourselves with the area, I don't know about you, but there's one thing that really stands out to me. And that thing is, nobody's here. No, seriously, where is everyone? What kind of paradise did I fall into? And how can I stay forever? Now for this crazy lemon concoction I've heard so much about on TikTok. Holy this is sour. This could strip paint off the wall. I like it. 10 out of 10. It's woken me up, that's for sure. But I'm not done yet. I cannot rest until I feel godly, because that is how champions feel. And I am a champ. And champions never give up. So I'm off to find the answers that I so desperately seek, because this is my journey. And I'm the hero of this story, so I refuse to play the victim to my pain. So I probably should mention that we visited a chemist before this. And without looking inside my ears, purely going off Google Translate and my very basic Japanese, they recommended we visit a place called Happy Drug, because without insurance, a hospital would be very pricey. But I'm super dizzy all the time, so I know I need something and I need it now. I type furiously into Google Translate and I pull up these terrible translations that probably make no sense to anybody in this entire building. And the lady runs off at a speed faster than Usain Bolt, I kid you not, to show me this in the hopes it will help me. And I have no idea at this point if this is going to help at all. And this was the greatest customer service I've ever received. So I'll take it. I don't care if it's poison. I will die for this woman. But don't worry, if this doesn't work, we have vitamin drinks and cool head patches. Look at these. These look kind of fun. It's been a long day again, and I feel exhausted. But at least we have something. Now I'm freshening myself up in the hotel. Don't question it. And I'm about to try the cutest looking product I've seen in my entire life. Have you seen this? Have you ever tried it? This is a first for me. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting this. And here's a little tip from me to you. Don't do this. Please don't. Don't embarrass yourself like me. You silly sausage. Peel this off first, okay? That'll go. And this gel-like substance is so sticky. I was not prepared for it. Slap for good luck. Whoa! This is super cooling. I've never felt anything like this before in my life. We need these in the UK. Heck, I'd wear this if I was hungover. Things were starting to get better. Bit by bit, step by step, I was slowly taking in all the beautiful wonders of Aomori, such as these iconic paper lanterns with such detail and imagination, but there was still a lot more to uncover, and we'd only just scratched the surface. Especially when it comes to Japanese izakayas. And this would be the first on this trip, believe it or not. And everybody knows I deserve a drink.